Good pickup here by Mikee.
In every great career, there are multiple fields of play. Some compete in business, others serve in public office. A few rise on the global stage of sport.
Whether in business, sports, or even in Congress, I'd like to be the one at the forefront of achievements.
But Mikee Romero has spent his life doing all three, playing in different arenas with the same relentless mindset.
If not with the sports, I won't have this kind of mentality. Na-apply ko lang yung pagiging competitive ko, discipline, to the other fields na pinasukan ko. You know, sometimes 30 seconds, lamang yung kalaban ng 5, kaya ko pa yan. And sometimes you mananalo ka, sometimes hindi. But that attitude, parang nadala ko in business, nadala ko rin sa legislative works ko. Pwede natin gawin kahit ano, there's no boundaries. It's only boundaries that you put in your head.
That competitive instinct took him far beyond local courts and fields to the World Polo Tour, where he rode into history, becoming the first Filipino to crack the top 25.
For me, to represent our country as an individual and to represent Southeast Asia is something very big already.
Every arena he steps into, he competes. Every challenge he meets head on. He doesn't just play, he dominates. And now we sit down with Mikee Romero to hear what it takes to compete and win at every level. I'm Charles Tiu, and this is Beyond the Game. We are here today in the Mikee Romero Polo Field, and with us is none other than Southeast Asia's #1 polo player, Mikee Romero. Mikee, thank you for joining me. I know you don't get to do interviews too much, but it's really an honor to have you here.
Thank you, Charles, for this interview. It's been, haven't seen you for a long time.
I know. I just want to catch up with you. It's been a while. What have you been up to nowadays, especially since I know you just finished your term as a congressman?
Well, I just finished my 9-year term. 9-year as a congressman, 3 terms. And I'm just having fun right now. Of course, still doing my businesses in the ports and power industry. And my passion is, for a fact, my passion is sports. And siguro it's my midlife crisis that I found another sport na really I'm trying to excel.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job. But okay, just speaking of your term as a congressman, like what was that like serving the country and being a public servant? Because I haven't seen you in quite some time.
9 years, I've become the deputy majority leader during my first term. And then I became the senior deputy speaker on my second term and the chairman of the House Committee on Poverty Alleviation on my third term. No? So I've been busy talaga trying to be one of the best legislators. No? I've finished about 1,200 House bills and resolution, the most. Okay. And made about 148 laws. So that's about one Republic Act for every month for 9 consecutive years. So, hindi naman ako nahuli sa ano.
I think you did a pretty good job, huh?
Yeah. Yung achievement is really something that I really look for. Parang it's very addicting to have whether in business, sports, or even in Congress, I'd like to be the one at the forefront of achievements.
It's nice to know that also you did so well in serving our country also. Okay, now moving on to basketball, it's your #1 passion, but you're not so active anymore in basketball, no? I mean, since you had your glory days with Harbor Center in the PBL and then the Global Port team in the PBA, but what was it like, I guess, owning basketball teams, being a basketball patron, being a basketball fan yourself, or a basketball player rather?
First, my passion is really basketball. I became a basketball player during the 90s, and then na-injure ako, and then I was out of basketball. It took siguro 10 years for me to watch another UAP game. Because I really felt na nandun yung mga teammates ko and I had an injury and I didn't had the chance again to play sa UAP. So it was a little devastating, no? So in between those years, I was trying to find new sports. Kaya I went to a lot of different sports that I tried, no? Trying to find that feel again. Alam mo yung feel ng competitiveness. You are very competitive as well, no? Hinahanap mo, baka score ka lang ng 2 points, baka 3 points ka isa. May feeling mo parang, wow, sarap ng feeling na yun. So I'm trying to find that in other sports also.
And is that kind of how you got into polo? And you get that same feeling while you're playing polo?
Oh, alam mo, each sport has a different eureka moment, di ba? Like in the early 90s, we started the Jet Ski Association of Manila and I competed and I was also one of the champions back then. Yung feeling mo, outmaneuvering other players is also very, very fulfilling, no? And sense of achievement. Iba yung you're gaining a championship pedigree, no? But it takes time, like one sport at a time, one game at a time, one practice at a time, no? So ganyan ko nabibuild, no? And I think through time, that's the mentality that made me a strong businessman, no? And strong politician or legislator.
So through sports rin talaga, no? I mean,
if not with the sports, I wouldn't have this kind of mentality. Oo. Na-apply ko lang yung pagiging competitive ko, discipline, to the other fields na pinasukan ko, which is business. You know, sometimes you never say 30 seconds, laman yung kalaban ng 5.
yeah.
Kaya ko pa yan. And sometimes you mananalo ka, sometimes hindi. But that attitude, parang nadala ko in business that nothing is impossible. No? Nadala ko rin sa legislative works ko na pwede natin gawin kahit ano. There's no boundaries. It's only boundaries that you put in your head. So those are the things na natutunan ko sa sports carried over to my other aspects of life. During my grade school and high school, I was what we call it, Filipino martial artist. We call it sarian.
Wow, I never knew that you were into fighting, but I always seem like such a nice guy, prim and proper, diba? Okay, and then apart from that, I also know that you also were into shooting.
Yes, no? I became the president of the Philippine National Shooting Association, the president of cycling, maraming federation, no? Part of also the SBP. I was one of the first sa baseball. So I really tried to find whatever it is, basta sports, I'm there. No? Whether you put me anywhere or not, it doesn't matter for me. It's how I can better yung sports lang.
Pero itong shooting, you really competed also, di ba?
Yes, no? I competed sa World Cup in 2003 sa Perth, Australia, and I was a bronze medalist din sa nationals, Philippine nationals, no? So it's well, I always say that you learn something from each sport that I do. In shooting, I learned how to use my mind because it's very mind game. Basketball and martial arts, yung physicality, no? And then yung discipline din because kailangan magising maaga, kailangan mo. So in each aspect, there's a learning, may natututunan ka that you can apply. I did not know until nandun na ako sa mga businesses ko na na-apply ko pala yung natutunan ko 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or a year ago. Biglang mabubuhay yung skill mo on, you learn very dynamic ang mangyayari sa'yo.
Galing, I never really saw it that way. Obviously, I'm a basketball guy, so I have a lot of learnings from basketball, but for you to say that from every sport you get something, it's pretty impressive.
Front. Good pickup here by Mikee. He goes in here. He goes with a little back shot to keep it away from Adolfo Cambiaso. Good job there. And set up Beltran Laule. Laule coming in. Oh, what a try right there by Diego. But Beltran shoots. He puts it wide.
Was it easy to learn the sport, or like what really made you go all in polo? Because I mean, it's a big deal to be the best player in Southeast Asia.
Well, it takes time, and I don't know. We're like fine wines as we age. Lalong sumasarap, no? But kidding aside, I was really into riding horses since I was 5 years old. No? My grandfather used to, when we go to Baguio, gives me a horse for 2-3 months. In the morning, afternoon, nag-trail ako. No? So I did that until siguro 12 years old. So talagang passion na passion ko yung pangangabayo. Kaya hindi ako takot. No? So sabi ko, once I reach a certain age, I will take up polo because sabi ko, it's a sport that I can be competitive. And in 2010, that's when the time na sabi ko, oh, this might be the right time.
Was it hard to learn a new? I mean, I know you know how to ride, but seeing this mallet, medyo mabigat yan, and learning everything at maybe your mid to late 30s, was that a challenge for you?
I wasn't in a hurry to do Pero because of our training sa basketball, I know that to make me a better player sa polo, I have to compete a lot of competition abroad. Di ba? Ganyan tayo sa basketball, no? Para mahatak yung laro mo, kailangan ka magpunta sa whatever countries. No? So that's what I did. Yun ang advantage ko.
He didn't just pick up a mallet. He jumped straight into competition.
When was your, I guess, first competition?
2010, right away. Oo. I went to Jeju, Korea, competed there. Although, lahat sila mabilis and I was on the side.
He faced faster, more experienced players, but Mikee never backed down. True to his relentless drive, he went all in, determined to master the game.
Setting up Michael, and then he's able to put the point on the board.
Welcome to the Gauntlet of Polo, Michael Romero.
Sabi ko sa sarili ko, one of these days, I'll be much better than all these players, international. Koreans at that time. No? So every year, I tend to go to 2-3 countries to compete, to train. So that's exactly what I did.
He vowed to be better, and in 2025 he was. Mikee Romero made history at the US Open.
What is something that makes you really proud from everything that you've competed in all these years?
Sa Asian players, no? Because it's the biggest event. No? So talagang for me to represent our country as an individual and to represent Southeast Asia is something very big already. No? The US Polo Open is a culture na US, European, or South American countries lang ang mga naglalaro. Okay? Because nandun yung mga magagaling and nandun yung may mga kaya mag-put up ng team. It's like a Formula 1. You know, to put up a US Open team, you need about 100 people on your back. It's like a Formula 1 team na yung driver lang nakikita mo at saka yung kotse. Ganon din. Yung kabayo lang at saka yung kotse at saka yung player. Pero at the back of us, merong doctor for the horse, may vet dyan, merong inaayos yung nagtitrain sa kanila, nutritionist sila, yung Because in this sport of polo, the horses are an athlete also. Pareho lang kaming athlete. And then ako, I have 2 physio, no? And yung physio ko talagang every practice, because we practice every day, morning, afternoon, talagang on a season of 3 months, hindi ka tatagal eh. So, physically, especially at my age. So talagang kailangan inaalagaan mo yung sarili mo.
And well, just to add, I know you joined the US Open, but you didn't just join, you actually were a quarterfinalist. So that's a pretty big deal, right?
If you lean back, it will stop.
Really?
Okay. And if you move forward, it will go. And if you look to the right lang, it will go right.
Even without my hand moving?
Yes. Kasi kami, we ride lang legs eh. Yan, kung makikita mo, legs lang.
So you're not, wala tong ano.
Yung rein na ginaganyan din namin, pero more of,
Pero you really have to hold the rein the whole time. You're, when you're playing, diba? You can't let go of this. Makakapagod talaga yan.
what's gumagalaw eh. You know,
What's the other stick for?
maluto.
Huh?
Kamal.
You have that while playing also?
Yeah,
So you're holding a mallet in that?
yes.
Ganun. All on the left. Uy, wag tumakbo. Lean back lang ako. No, then super sa core mo if you're... I can't even stand on this one.
Ito ko, hawak ko yung mallet. Uunahan tayo kung sino makakuha ng ball
Yeah.
with your mallet. So I have to take you out of the field 80% para makuha ko tong bolang to dito. So that's the goal. Ikaw naman, tatanggalin mo ako.
Yeah. Galing. How do you train? Like, I'm curious how polo players train. Is it like in the weight room or practice lang kayo riding or paano yun?
Depends on the day. Pero usually we start the day early. Mga 1 hour to 2 hours ng trying to stick and ball ang tawag namin doon.
Okay.
Hitting the ball. No? And then siguro at 10 we'll start our practice. 10 to 12 yan. 10 to 12.
That's also 4 hours for you at 53 years old doing that. Oh, wow.
10 to 12. And then we'll have a lunch break. Either mag-siesta or yung iba na mag-gym muna. And then mga 3 or 4 balik kami sa practice. May practice na naman kami dyan. 2 hours again.
Wow, it's really tough to be a polo player, huh?
And it goes for pag sa season, the whole 3 months, every day ganun ginagawa. Walang Saturday, walang Sunday.
Wow, intense. I guess you really have to be committed to the sport. And now something what we talked about earlier, but kind of, I don't know, I want to say caught me off guard, but I want to ask a bit more about it. When you said that polo is one of the most physical and most dangerous sports, can you just shed some light into that? Like, maybe give us a perspective of why it's so hard?
Yung polo kasi they say it's the second most dangerous.
Okay,
sport
second most dangerous.
after Formula 1.
Oh, okay.
Because of the speed. Okay. We do about 35 miles per hour in each horse. And talagang habulan kayo ng habulan. So, pag nagbungguan kayo, pag nag-clinip mo lang yung nasagi lang nung kabayo nung isa, yung harap na paa nung kabayo yon, circus ka. Titilapong ka talaga. And that's how dangerous it is. And I've seen a lot of people already fall, nasira yung head, no? Na nagka-black eye. Ako, just recently, I had 24 stitches dito, tinamaan ng bola. One of our Southeast Asian tournaments na si Prince Matin, napalo ako ng mallet na ganito dito. So, nagka 8 stitches naman dito. Tiyakbo naman ako sa ospital. So, it's very dangerous because, it involves horses, us bumping each other, banggaan kami ng banggaan. They think that it's very, pang social lang yan, no? But, ang layo, pagka professional ka na, I consider myself as almost professional, no? Pag sa gantong level ka na, talagang, they call it gaucho. It's a gaucho sport. No? Gaucho means in Argentina, cowboy. Cowboy sport talaga siya. Walang kasosyalan na kahit yung mga players namin.
Intense as yours. Now, I want to know, because you were mentioning like in other sports, how having obstacles you're able to apply and learn from. But in polo, is there something that you'd consider a setback or a big learning, or is there a big challenge that you had to hurdle na help you improve as a player?
I wish I could have started it earlier because yung riding a horse Although I'm strong already, pero iba pag nakuha mo yung concept of horse riding in your earlier days. No? Mas, pag makita mo yung mga Argentinians na high goal, parang hindi ko kaya gawin na full speed kayo tumatakbo and then yung paa nila halos nasa ulo na ng kabayo dahil trying to reach. Kumbaga, sinire-reach na nila yung binabantayan kasi you can hook So habang pinapalo nung kalaban, you can, and then some they ride na yung heel nila nandito na sa dulo ng nakakapit na lang gano'n and then trying to reach at full speed. I cannot do that. But I wish I could.
Is that because is age a big part in polo? I mean, you being one of the, I wouldn't say old, well, maybe one of the older guys in that whole US Open. Does that matter, or is it a big difference?
My teammate is an 18-year-old, a 23-year-old, and a 26 years old. So talagang, and I'm 50, so talagang hinata ko yung age level namin.
Where do you see the sport going? Do you see there having potential here in the Philippines, or because obviously the sport isn't for everybody, right?
Well, I wish we could develop more players here in the Philippines, no? But we have to start them very young because we don't have enough players. Actually, in terms of Southeast Asia, parang nahuhuli tayo because yung mga programs nila sa Thailand, sa Malaysia, even Brunei, mas advanced kaysa sa atin. No? But we got the sport first, ahead of all of them. No?
So why is that? Is there...
Siguro kulang tayo sa players, saka sa facilities. And yung kabayo, it's a very exclusive sport. No? Lalo na to just maintain the horses. No?
Yeah. Actually, it surprised me when I walked in here. I see you had a few of your Argentinian guys. I mean, your players also, and a lot of horses. So I'm like, wow, ganito pala talaga yung polo.
During the season, we have 10, 15 players coming from all over the world here. Nandito lang sila, and we practice 3-4 times a week.
If I'm not mistaken, the SEA Games was held here 2019 in this very field, and we did well. You played there too, right?
There's 2 events that we organized, no? The 6 goals and the 0-2. So both we finished silver and bronze.
It's pretty good. So, how long do you see yourself playing this sport for?
As long as I can.
Michael Romero played number 1.
Final Global Port did.
Fantastic for Global Port, and that's it.
You hated losing talaga. Is it the same way for you here in polo?
Maybe when I was younger, I hated losing because my passion to win is there.
Yeah.
But now that I'm much older, I accept na talagang may mas magagaling na players. Ang polo kasi, it's my organization against your organization. Okay. Like sa US Open, how organized my team as against how organized your team. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Yung team na kalaban ko, which has been there for 10, 15 years, they have 200 horses. Kami, 60. Okay. So how will we compete? No? Wherein nagpe-prepare kayo na mas mabilis sila mag-prepare, mas fresh yung mga kabayo nilang dinadala sa field. Because yung freshness ng kabayo, like for example, we have a game two times a week. Laspag yung kabayo mo. So for 3 days, kailangan ipahinga yun. Eh yung ibang team, on the 3rd day, may bago na silang set ng kabayo. So yun yung pinaglalabanan because this sport of polo is 80% horsepower. 20% yung skill namin eh.
Wow, big factor pala yun, ah. So you really have to find the best horses in the world. I guess that's the...
And pull a lot. Because a 3-month tournament needs so much horses. So times 4 players, that's 48. So imagine yung organization mo na, and nagpapalit kaming kabayo for 1-2 seconds. Kasi hindi ka hintayin eh. Hindi pwede, boss, time out ha, palit kami. Hindi. Pag may dead ball, palit ka kagad. Pag ginanon na nila yan, kahit walang tao yon yung bola, pag in-inbound na nila, kumbaga yung, jump ball, pag ginump ball na nila yung bola, kahit walang tao doon, or puro kalaban mo,
Sorry ka.
sorry ka.
So do you plan to join the US Open again next year?
I'm still qualified to join the US Open for next year. Let's see.
Now, I've asked you about your business as a politician and obviously as a sportsman, as a polo player, but I want to know and ask you a bit as a father naman, because I know your kids. Milka's a friend of mine, and I've gone against Santi. I'm a coach against him when he's playing for De La Salle. But how does it feel seeing them grow into, I guess, avid sports people like you also?
We're a sports family. You know, pag nakikita pala ng mga kids mo na you are very much involved in sports, they will follow paths. Consciously or subconsciously, wala silang magagawa kundi tatay ko nag-gym, tumatakbo everyday. Subconsciously, part na ng buhay nila. So all my kids, like we go to the gym every day. We have a gym in the house. So each one of us, one after the other. Even my smallest 9-year-old, Milka's 32, nagkaroon kami ng maliit pa 9-year-old. Kahit siya, runs a lot, swims, competes.
I guess it's in the genes.
But my father and mother are not sports-minded. Well, you can create your own DNA, as I tell my kids. No?
Does it make you proud of seeing Milka has her own volleyball team right now? Santi's still with the De La Salle program, which is probably one of the best programs in the country. How does it feel to see them? And Milka played for Ateneo also. Good school, by the way. But yeah, how does that make you feel, though?
Oh, I feel very proud of all of them, always. No? My second son also played the varsity baseball and track and field. No? So each one of them, si Milka, football since grade 4, and then nasali pa sa Malditas siya and became captain pa ng Ateneo, no? And then si Santi also became captain din ng NCAA juniors nila. Mandy is also a Muay Thai nag-Philippine team din. So each one, hindi ko naman nilagay sa utak nila. Si Steph is now a good swimmer, competes. I just make them involved in sports. No?
They share the same passion as you, di ba?
Hindi rin sila nagpapatalo. Katulad mo rin, di ba?
Siyempre.
It's, you know, when you're a sportsman, you have a superiority complex na kaya kitang talunin. Kung wala kang ganong attitude, hindi ka competitor.
For sure.
Let me just point out last, because I've been in big competitions all throughout, no? Whether as a player or as a team owner, no? Whether basketball, volleyball, polo, cycling, sa SEA Games, shooting. Pero, alam mo, when I played the US Open, one of the things na nanginig ako, jolted me, okay, was going out to the field, playing my first two games sa US Open. When I saw a big sign, nakalagay ESPN Live.
Wow.
Oo. Sabi ko, wow, andito na ako.
You made it. Yeah, for sure.
But that changed. Sabi ko, wow. Yung kaba ko at that time, grabe.
Grabe. Kinakabahan ka rin pala.
You know, that's USEPN world na eh.
Yeah.
No? Iba na yung level eh.
That's impressive. It's impressive what you've done sa polo. And hopefully, more.
Mikee Romero wears many hats, and in every one he conquers. From the boardroom to the halls of government, from courts to the polo field, he faces every challenge head-on with courage, focus, and a relentless hunger to excel. Winning isn't just what he does, it's who he is. Across every arena, he leaves his mark, unshaken, unstoppable, and always chasing the next triumph. This is a life lived at full throttle, and the game never stops. This is Charles Tiu. Join us again next time as we learn the winning strategies and champion mindset of winners, movers, and shakers. This is Beyond the Game.